evil. I want you to meet your son.
My son?
Yeah. Scott!
Oh.
Bring in the fembots!
Thank you for letting us in your beautiful place. And
Yeah, well, I don't want you to take anything, though.
I might
have
just
a
take
lot
the
of
plant.
really amazing things in here, so yeah, I don't want them to be gone.
I am tempted to take this one. Can you start with telling the story of this one?
That is me as Frau. If you don't know, then you're crazy.
You know what? When the doors close, just say go. Better.
Go!
Begin laser ignition sequence.
Begin laser ignition!
Arm the laser.
I'm in the laser!
But no, I went to a Comic-Con, and this lovely person, and I wish I could read this right now, said he came up to me and he gave it to me, and he said he did it like within 15 minutes or something, like was out of insane, was sane, and it's like one of my favorite things now. I don't know where to put it in my place, so I keep changing it different areas and rooms.
I love it. I love it. Do you want to imitate a moment of your famous
Oh, do you
character?
want me to just, yeah, well, you know, I could, you know, ah! It's scaring everybody.
Okay. So, as I mentioned to you a little bit, our project started as a podcast, but our initial goal is to go to Antarctica to make a movie and continue with the documentary travel series, seeing all the continents in the world.
Oh my gosh, who's going to go with you?
Maybe you.
Oh!
So may I get your opinion about like all the animals in Antarctica and our environment? The reason I want to go there is because I want to interview the scientists and get
See
their
what they're doing,
opinions.
you mean, or what they're not doing, or?
Because there's like a lot of ecological threats happening right now. I was just looking at Jane Fonda yesterday. She's one of the big environmentalists, and you know, we gotta really preserve our nature. And from people from all over the world go to Antarctica to do some research and scientific studies. So that's why I want to go. So, what are your thoughts on environmental issues, and if you have any thoughts about Antarctica at all?
It's just, you know, everything's kind of crazy, and I don't know how, you know, you wonder what happened? What happened? And I guess it's just life, and it's, you know, and what's going on in the world, and this and this and that, and you know, and anything that has to do with animals will just get me in a heartbeat. And yeah, no ice, no, I mean, there's just, it makes me sad. And at the same time, there's so many other things too to be sad about. So it's kind of hard to put it all in one, like, oh, this is what they should do, or I don't know, but I do think that we have to just be aware of what is going on, not to sit there and feel that they can, you know, change everything. But we just have to be aware that, yeah, this is starting to really go down.
And we're very thirsty. And we're scared, but we're still alive. And go.
Buzzards. You think they know what we don't?
It's been days, Tucker. What should we do?
Nothing. Not till Cody.
He's dead. Everyone is dead.
No, Cody made it out. Cody made it out.
Tucker, I can't see. I can't see.
Be still.
I can't see anything.
Be still.
Is that you?
Be still.
Yeah, and what do you think we can do to protect our nature? Like, for instance, bees are very important. We gotta save the bees. And we're at the park in Santa Monica, all the beautiful flowers. I mean, if we plant them and take care of them, how beautiful can nature can be, right?
Well, it's just a matter of, yeah, I mean, what we're feeding them, what we're giving them, how we look at it. And, you know, everything is changing so rapidly. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, be interesting once I'm gone. What, you know what I mean? But it's like, yeah, but it's like, wow, where is this going to be? Where is this going to go? And I just don't want to be here for the, you know, the horrible, and we're done, you know, and everybody is like gone. But it's hard. It is really hard, because people like us are just, I don't read about it a lot. I don't think about it a lot. But boy, if somebody tells me something, I'm much more available to listen and hear it from somebody so that I can understand it.
And we talked a little bit earlier about cats and dogs. I think, taking care of animals is also very important. So how was your experience on that? What do you think about parenting animals?
Well, absolutely. I have a wonderful, wonderful lady friend who is, she has an organization called Stand Up for Pets. And she goes around to different, places and talks about what's going on, about that these dogs are being just thrown apart, and there's horrible things that are happening, and we're trying to just get better situation. How do we change this? This is not their fault, and people are doing horrible things to them. You don't want to say it, but yeah. So I'm very much aware of all of that, and yet they're like children. I mean, animals have always been like children to me.
Yes.
And I'd like to think that everybody else does that too.
Yeah, I do too. I had both dog and cats, and the bond is very similar to a mother. I mean, I never have been a real mom, but
Not
I feel like
yet.
we shall see. But I think being a pet mom was still great.
Oh,
and
it
being
is.
a plant mom is great.
You just can't decide when you don't want to be. You don't want to have that animal with you anymore. When they get something and throwing it on the side of the road, or the baby doesn't like you, so bye. That's insane. And then there's nobody. The animals just keep going and going and going, and there's nothing to protect them. We've got to stop that. It's crazy.
Definitely. So yes, it's very important. It's great if you can adopt animals and take care of them, but if you're going to do that, be good pet owners. Never abandon them and take good care of them.
And make sure that you see it. If somebody else is doing something, you've got to say something, and you've got to get a hold of something.
Absolutely. I would like to, actually, since you're an actress, I prefer you to read these if you don't mind.
I'm a horrible reader, but I'll give it my best.
I doubt it. More blessed to give than to receive. So this was the inspiration of Searching for Goodness when I have first started Oneness. It shows like how in all different faiths and religions they said the same rules, like Golden Rule was the first one, or honor your father and mother. And yours, this chapter is going to be more blessed to give than to receive. If you can read it and tell us
Which
your
one
thoughts.
is it?
This whole... these are little quotes.
Okay. Extend your help without seeking reward. I agree with that. It is nice to be rewarded, don't get me wrong, but you're there to do good work, do good things in the world, and to be kind to people. And if we don't start taking care of each other, there's not going to be anything to be taken care of. And I love that really in these minds that all these other opinions of things, and it comes down to the same thing, but people aren't doing that. There's too many things going on. There was horrible, wars and people, going into shooting children, and it just makes no sense to me. There's something else going on, and it's not a beautiful thing that is saying here. The poor, the orphan, the captive, feed them for the love of God along, desiring no reward, not even thanks. Okay. That's a good one. That's
Which
Islam.
one was it?
That was Islam.
Islam.
Boundaries is he who gives the beggar who comes to him in want of food and feeble. That is in Hinduism. And then bless is the consideration the poor, the Lord will devour home in time of trouble. Yeah, that's Judaism.
And I can read the first part. There's like a longer part in here. It says, the wise handling of money can be as spiritually enriching as prayer. A person who is in touch with his own inner self and who truly loves his fellow man will experience his heart spontaneously overflowing with the desire to care for others. The giving of money, time, support, and encouragement to worthy causes can never be detrimental to the giver. The laws of nature are structured so that acts of charity will open an individual to an unbounded reservoir of riches. Everything in life has been created as the result of love and concern for others. When individuals give lovingly to their brothers in the family of man, they establish the basis for peace within every nation, which
Beautiful.
actually we're looking for.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying all this, because, you know, terrorism, wars, all this violence happening between different religions.
Yes, for what? Why? Everybody's different.
That's it. Like, all the key is to coexist and see the good in everything and the common points instead of focusing on differences.
Yeah.
You know, instead of, oh, you're white, I'm black, you're Asian, like, we're all human. You know, we fall in love, we get angry, we get sad. We carry the same kind of human emotions, and we carry the same planet. We all need oxygen, we all need water, we all need, right? So what do you think on that? Like,
Absolutely. But that is always so you know, understated. It's just everybody talks about, oh, we need to make this a better situation or a better country, but I don't like them because they have different ideas of things that we don't have. Come together and just work it out. All we want to do is be loved, love, and be kind. It's just, you know, it's a pretty simple thing, but whatever is going in your head or whatever was given to you as a child, that's hard. Because this goes way, way, way back before us. So if you're not given love and you're not given something by your family or the people that you love, you'll never understand it.
absolutely. It all starts with the childhood. And it's also, I just want to quickly mention, today a new pope was found, I mean, elected.
Yes.
I guess, is that how I should
Yes.
say? And the previous pope, I hope, was a great role model. The one, may he rest in peace. His account, they found like $100. He was such a giving person, and he came from a background. He was a bouncer, like before he even became.
He was a bouncer?
He was a bouncer.
He was a
and some
bouncer,
other
like in
jobs.
some kind of like a horrible like bar.
I don't know, a horrible bar, maybe a nice bar, but basically
Oh, I
he
hope
came
it's a
from
nice
a
one.
working class, and he gave so much, he only had $100 in his own account. That was very impressive to me. And it's also Mother's Day in a few days. Maybe it's going to be passed by we publish this episode, but I want to say Happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you.
And all the mothers.
Thank you.
But let's not forget, Mother Earth is our mother too.
Yes.
Lenny, for your thoughts. Do you think I'm pretty? Lenny, for your thoughts. Do you like my dress? Don't you think I ought to be living in the city instead of stuck here in this mess? Tell me what you think. Don't you think I'm something? Could have been in pictures, could have been in diamonds and furs. Here I'm held in the hands of Curly, that bumpkin. But pumpkin, I could be in yours. Lenny, for your thoughts. What's going on up there? Did you hear what I said? Wait, is that Puppy Dave?
Pretty hair.
That's my wig. Stop it, stop!
So I want to talk a little bit about sense of humor and comedy. You played a great character, Frau.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about the film experience on Frau? And
Well, it was Austin Powers, and it was just one of the best things that ever happened in my life. It definitely got me into this other place as an actress. And you know, people say, did you work on it? How did you come up with it? And basically, I mean, I didn't. I just, you know, I looked and read this you know, script, and I just thought, well, it said that she was German. I don't know if that's German or not, but I do it that way. And then I found my way of doing things, and then the laugh the laugh, I mean, it's just so silly, and that's what I love about comedy, because sometimes you'll watch something and you'll go, oh my God, this is so stupid, but I cannot stop laughing. So I got to be a part of that, and Mike Myers was, you know, he was amazing to me, and I got to do 3 of them, which is pretty amazing. But yeah, she was fun to do, and all she wanted was to be accepted, you know, to love, and if she needed to yell, she would yell, because that's the way she was brought up, I guess.
And what other movies you really enjoyed and wanted our audience to take a look at? I know we mentioned Grinch.
Oh, The Grinch Stole Christmas, yes. I did that several years ago, and it's still, the nice thing is, every Christmas it will come on. Every Christmas you will see me. And I was, yeah, well, you'll see if you haven't seen it. I did a lot of, you know, kids stuff early on, doing things, guest starring work, and so what. I did the Goldbergs, and I've, you know, I mean, hopefully it's still going, my career, but I've been, you know, really, really lucky, and you know, and I don't take it for granted.
And how does your son feel about it? As a kid?
He's my, like, you know, when I'm having a bad day, he'll look at me and he will say, Mom, do you know who you are? You are Mindy fucking Sterling. And I just completely change. And I'm thinking, yeah, forgot about that. And, but yeah, he knows what I do. Does he see all the things I do? No! He doesn't care. He doesn't, you know, he sees me doing a lot of things here, you know, where there's no audience. He's
Mama
my audience.
cooking.
Yeah. Oh, there she goes again. Rah, rah, rah. Yeah.
That's good.
Intel. This comes from a reliable source very high up.
Pope Francis?
No names, but trust me, we're talking big news about Leslie Mulligan Ross.
Spill it, Shirley. Who's she screwing?
Her entire department. When she comes back to work today, everyone pink-slipped.
No!
Yes. Another powerful woman trying to prove that she hasn't gone soft after giving birth. I call that the placenta ceiling.
Okay.
Listen to the birds. You hear them? We hear this all the time.
Yes. Not every time, but some of our episodes we ask our guests, what do you think about birds? And I'd like to hear your...
Okay, so this is what happened. This is true. This is what happened to me about a week ago. So a bird came onto my patio and hit against the glass doors.
Oh, no.
And I got up and I was like, oh my God. And it went to my, you know, inside, outside, and it just wasn't moving, and then it would move a little bit, and then I was like freaking out, and it was like, oh my God, oh my God. And sometimes I heard that you let them do that, and they'll get their, you know, bearings back, blah, blah, blah. But it was walking around, blah, blah. Anyway, so I started freaking out, going, all right, what can I do? So I called someone. What do I do? It's some, you know, organization. Well, we've got a lot of other animals that we're involved in right now, and I'm like, okay, well, what do I do? What do I do? Well, I don't know. We'll put your name on, you know, a list. So I called a friend of mine, and I said, oh my God, I have this. I think it's a finch. I have this little bird. I don't know what to do with. There's something wrong. And she came over, and she had some stuff to give, and we put it in a box, and it wasn't dead. It just kept moving. So at some point, God love me, some point I got up and we had it in here because there were crows. There were crows, and the crows wanted to come get it. And I brought it out and I went, okay, let me see if maybe you'll start to fly. I took it out of the box and I put it out here. And the next thing I know, it moved around, and I have these little, what would you call these? These little things that the cats don't go out, or just to, you know, in case we have a cat again.
Right. Like
all
a fence?
Yeah, it just felt like it's like a fence. All of a sudden, it went right through one. And I don't know if it flew or if it just died.
Let's hope that it's
I felt horrible.
But I mean, you would know if it died. It must have
No,
flew.
I mean, because it would have gone boom, because I didn't see any flying. And then I looked out, I looked on the balcony and I was like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I didn't see it, but that doesn't mean, you know what I mean? So I'm with all animals. I mean, I wasn't going to sit there and let it hurt itself or let it, like I needed to do something. So I'm hoping that I did the best that I could.
Yes.
Or the best for the, the bird. I just think they're beautiful. I think they're beautiful.
It happened to me with a seagull one time years ago when I used to live on the island. And a seagull came, like it was bruised and everything. And I tried to take care of it. At the end of it, I saw it flying. I think it needs
Well, that's
like
what I wanted. I wanted, but there was definitely something wrong. And I thought, oh my God, to be in that much pain, I wouldn't want that to happen to a bird.
But I mean, it was hurt because it hit the window, so maybe it might have recovered.
I know. I'll never know. I'll never know now.
Just believe it's good.
So I'm going to say I did something good as opposed to, I killed it. But yes, I do love birds.
Yeah, I love
They're
them
beautiful.
too. And it's nice you put a little water for them, I see.
Just hummingbirds, go for it. Haven't seen them go for it though.
Yeah, I love hearing them too. Whenever I talk to my mom overseas, she was like, oh, I'm hearing the birds. And we stop and listen to the birds together. It's like so calming. There's something calming about it.
They're beautiful, and they're just in the sky, and we get a lot of birds out here. Not in my apartment, but we do get a lot of birds, and it's annoying, but they are lovely.
And what do you think they represent, the birds, as a symbol?
Be who you are, fly, do what you want, love each other, just have some children.
Yeah, definitely freedom and expressing yourself, right? They sing. They do express themselves all day. We don't know what they're saying, but maybe they're just complaining about humans. But
I'm sure they are.
It sounds nice. So yeah, well, it's been lovely to have an interview with
Thank
you.
Nice to do.
We're really very happy to have you in our podcast. We'll be on the look for any of your upcoming work. And once again, we're gonna go to our little beautiful flower garden to do a little closing. But I just would like to wrap it up for everyone. We covered in this episode about environmental issues, animals, birds, Mindy's work, improv, comedy, and that giving is more important than receiving, and the concept of oneness. Any last thoughts or words?
You did it perfectly. I will just, thank you for letting me talk about it, and also to reminding yourself, I need to do more of that.
Right. That's why I'm trying to spread. I mean, even though people pay more attention to maybe politics or sports or fashion, like there used to be a philosopher back in the day. There used to be Plato or Socrates. Like we hear all these philosophers, and people start to forget about philosophy. People aren't thinking much. Like we just swipe, like, heart, love, emojis, and like.
Yes, I mean, all that stuff is very, very, it's taking us away from being human people and for being connected. That to me is really hard and sad. And so unfortunately, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's a shame.
Right. Okay, on that thought, I'm gonna close that thought. We're gonna be back at the flower garden shortly. And ChatGPT, I just made friends with ChatGPT finally, but I gotta say, I tried ChatGPT, I tried in my communications, and I should say, I don't get the same kind of results with our imperfect human connections. Human connections just different. Let's keep the human connections up.
Yes.
Our project is called Searching for Goodness. What is your initial thoughts of goodness? How can we find and spread goodness in the world?
Well, first of all, we have to stop being so angry. And everybody's different. And we have to, I think, just be more and more aware of the goodness that we have. And even if someone is nasty or whatever, you don't have to be that same way. I just think kindness has been forgotten.
So we're going to bring back the kindness.
Yes, please.
Yes, and I imagine you'll even be sorrier after I grade your next exams.
Miss Briggs?
What?
I typed up a list of all the kids we think should be in the talent show.
Snorting milk, pogo stick hopping. These the talents.
They were the most fun kids to watch.
Goodbye.
Wait, so you're not gonna let any of the kids we picked be in the show?
That's right, girls.
I'm the real Miss Briggs from an alternate universe.
Oh, holy chiz. You fool. If our energies collide, it will cause an explosion of galactic magnitude.
Scared, Miss Briggs?
I'm not scared of you.
No, don't touch each other! Get the floor!
Would you like to tell us some examples of, giving is better than receiving and spreading goodness?
Well, to me, it's just, there's a lot of horrible things going on, especially now, and even when there's not horrible things going on. We forget that we're not the only person in this world. So letting people know that they are there for them. What can I do to help you? Can we talk? Would you like some coffee? Anything of that nature. Even if you're in a coffee shop and someone is looking for their, money, and you go, I got it. You don't need to know someone to be kind and sweet and smile.
Mm-hmm. Smiling is good, definitely. Let's wait for it to pass.
No, it's like, it got really hot and crazy here today. I really didn't think it was, yes.
And would you like to tell us a little bit about what's upcoming projects you got? What's happening these days?
Wow. You know what? I'm not sure, to be honest with you. You do things sometimes. I do a lot of indie films, small films and stuff. I did one last year, or two of them last year, but I don't know, and so it's always a surprise to me, and somebody will say, oh, God, I saw you on blah, blah, blah. So I kind of just, I don't look for it. It's like, I hope I look good in it. That's all I care about.
Okay, everyone, thanks for watching us. Make sure to check out Mindy's, all her work, all her movies, because she has a lot of great movies out there, and most of them are really funny. And I'd like to say 3, 2, 1. Goodness will win. And don't forget to
subscribe.
Goodness, goodness, goodness. Goodness will win. Yes, Lord. Goodness will win. The righteous will grin. And when we strike wicked down, saying goodness will win.